Guys, welcome back. And we're taking a trip down memory lane. We just did a video looking back on 20 years for House of Wax. Today, me and the dude who loves movies, Cody, are going to look back on 30 years of a Goofy movie. That,
30
first of
years.
all, saying that out loud is crazy.
I know.
So take me back, man. 1995. Where did you first discover this movie, or at least what are your first memories with it? Kind of the impact it had on you. Where were you in '95?
So 95, I was a very young kid. I was
Yeah.
probably like six. And I remember seeing the commercials for it, obviously on like the Disney Channel. Anywhere you watched DGIF, they showed it over and over the commercial. And then I remember that year I got it for Christmas on VHS. And I remember
Mm.
I got a Goofy movie on VHS, and I also got like this uh this chest full of costumes and then a beanbag chair. So I used the beanbag chair to sit in, and then I had the chest of costumes where I put like the movie on, and then I'd put my drinks and food and whatnot on there. And from like Christmas to when I went back to school, because I had that that winter break, I watched the
Yeah.
Goofy movie maybe two times a day, every day
Wow.
for that amount of time. And I love the movie, love the music. I really related to like Max at times. It was just,
Mhm.
it was great. I love the Goofy movie. And then I felt like everybody loved the Goofy movie. And then all of a sudden you go about maybe like 25 years later, sometimes you bring it up to people like, oh, I never saw that. I don't know what that is. It's like, really? And then now that it's the 30th
Yeah.
anniversary, now more people are like, oh yeah. Like, so I'm glad it's getting
Yeah.
more love.
We're gonna talk about the cult status that it's definitely
Yeah.
got for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 95. I definitely don't remember the first time I saw it, but I definitely remember that huge clamshell VHS for sure. With that artwork that you got behind you right there, which is
Yeah.
classic. I love that. Yep, there
Yeah.
it is.
See,
I don't have mine anymore. I wish I
uh,
did. I gotta get it
yeah.
again for sure. Cause yeah, that's too iconic. I have so
Yeah.
many memories watching that thing on repeat.
And it's funny because because I was gonna buy an original one sheet of the Goofy movie, which is not that. It's like a picture of like Max and you're dressed like Powerline and whatnot. But I
Yeah.
came across this this video cassette one coming out, and I just loved it. There's cool little
I see there's a little
like there's-
sticker on there and everything.
yeah, like a sticker. It says save $4 on Return of Jafar, Angels in the Outfield,
Oh
and
wow.
Jungle Book, the live action movie. And then it's pretty cool. Get a free exclusive Goofy movie poster. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's signed by some of the cast. I mean, I bought it separately, and then I met people from the cast and had it signed.
That's awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do you remember? I don't know how much of this that you remember, but like Burger King and McDonald's had like Goofy movie, or maybe they were Goof Troop toys, but it was around the time a Goofy movie came out. Do you have any of those?
Goof Troop, yes, I believe it was for Goof Troop. I think Goof Troop was
Yeah.
such a popular show that they made it. Like, let's make this Goofy movie. And man, like, I don't know if you watched the documentary, not a Goof or
I did, and I was
not
gonna
just
bring that
Goof.
up as well. Yeah.
So man, it's like
what,
there
what
was
did you
like,
think about that?
oh, I love the documentary, but man, like nobody had faith in it. It was just this movie that they didn't think anything would happen with it. And man, look at it now.
Yeah.
Like they have like festivals and stuff. Man, there's this place in Chicago, or not Chicago, in like in Texas. Man, it's like, I don't know if you've seen like videos of it online, but man, like it's like an event. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like they have like a power line dress up and report and do a performance. It looks really cool.
Nice. So again, you liked it as a kid, but what was it when you were that young that appealed to you about the movie? Because you're right,
I
it's
don't.
not a very popular one. It's not Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast or Little Mermaid or anything like that. It's kind of more of a B level tier. So what grabbed you about it?
It definitely didn't get the love that and the money that like an Aladdin or one of those movies did. Like I said, they just kind of threw this out and they're like, if it works, it works. We're not going to put a lot into it. But like Goofy is my favorite Disney character, is my favorite like cartoon character, Disney character like that. And I'm also, this was at the height of my love for like Pauly Shore. So I was a big fan of Pauly Shore. So he's in this. And then of course the guy who plays Max, he was on a bunch of shows that I like Step by Step. And he was Salem, or not Salem the guy, but he was Binks from the damn Hocus Pocus.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. So I think it was just one of those things, and especially when you have this image up in like a movie rental store or a store where you can buy movies. This cover appeals to kids. That, and I love like it was like the music, like they showed like music and stuff. Like I still am a big fan of R&B music. So when I saw like this like Powerline character, I thought that was really, really cool. So man, I really want to see this. And then when I watched him, and there's like so many things that I really like Max trying to be cool, and he was like wants to sing to profess his love to this girl. It's funny because the song that he does in this song, like like I forgot what it's called, like After Today She'll Be Mine or whatever, when he's like walking to school and he's singing. Man, I remember I wanted to, like every day on my way to work, I would think on my way to school, I would think about that song as, oh man, I want to sing this to a girl and blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And then later on.
Everyone's school. Let's go.
And then like this actually, like this is a deep cut, but when I was in school, I was I think it was second grade when it came out, probably first or second grade. But when I was in like fifth grade, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I used to sing like Backstreet Boys songs to girls, like on like the on like in the lunchroom and stuff. And like I would just sing it to them. And then I remember my music teacher was all like, "Hey, I want you to audition for the talent show." So me and my two friends auditioned for it. So all three of us, did a Backstreet Boys song, and we killed it. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and a Goofy movie really, really pushed me to do that. I know it's something weird, but it's something I don't really talk about. It's something I really don't talk about a lot. But yeah, man, I sang my heart out.
Yeah, for me, I would have done New Kids, but Backstreet ain't a bad choice.
That was like 99 when I was in fifth grade. So that,
but yeah, so we were talking about, and again, not just a goof documentary, goes into this a lot more. It wasn't, well received when it came out either. And why do you think that is? Why didn't this one ever like make an impression to the masses?
Well, I think it did, but just like I said, like people are our age, like when kids watch this, like I feel like it was a thing that parents saw on the movie shelf, and they're like, "Hey, this will keep them busy Thanksgiving night or on a Saturday morning." And then kids were just like, "This is awesome,"
Yeah.
But I feel like there's like a small window of kids who like love this. Like you had to be that age. It was timing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it.
I feel like if you were like 5 years older, this wouldn't have this isn't for you. And if you're 5 years younger, it's not for you. Like you had to be at that age. Even though it's about a kid in high school, it really hit people who were like gonna be in high school, like people who were like in elementary school. It really hit them. But then again, I wasn't in high school, so I don't know. But I felt like someone like Garrett from Born to Be Rad. I know he just missed this, but I think he was in like high school at the time. So, I guess watching a Goofy movie probably wasn't really that cool.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's for fucking kids. Why would I?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was probably the mentality of a lot of people around that age.
Yeah. And I think that's what happened with an extreme Goofy movie, the sequel. Like they waited 5 years for that to come out. That's when I was like going into like I was like in middle school when that one came out, and I was like not to be like I'm too cool to watch this, but I was just like I remember I
now a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. So I remember watching it once, and I was like, it's okay, but man, I still have love for it right here.
Yeah, no, I got the Disney Movie Club Blu-rays for both of them. Like
that's
obviously the first one is iconic. Talk about today, but extremely Goofy movie. I do feel it's a little underappreciated, just a little bit.
See, and I've only seen it once.
Yeah,
which is
give it
funny
another watch.
because
I watched it again earlier because just I haven't watched it in
yeah,
so long, and I was like, you know what,
yeah,
this is still kind of fun for what it is.
yeah.
But
I've seen this
it's
a
very
thousand
like direct
times.
to video. The
Yeah,
animation
this
nearly
one.
isn't as clean or smooth, but so there's
But
definitely
man,
some cons to it for sure.
this could have been huge if it came out 2 years later. You know, two
Hmm.
years after
Yeah,
that one, I think it would have hit the
yeah,
right market.
yeah. I think you're right. So what makes the first one as it does then for you? I think for me to kind of start this one off, the music after today and open road and then Lester's possible, dude, I love that art. That's so cool. But yeah, the songs are a lot of fun. And you know, a good Disney movie
After
typically has a
today.
good soundtrack to go with it, but again, this
Mhm,
one just gets swept under the rug, I feel.
mhm.
So I think that's a
And I
big part of it.
well, and that's funny because now when you talk about a Goofy movie, a lot of people bring up this soundtrack. Like this soundtrack is what
Yeah.
I think is what gave this movie the legit credibility it has now. Like people will be like, okay, it's a Goofy movie, but have you heard that soundtrack? That soundtrack is not for a kids movie. That soundtrack goes pretty hard for
Yeah, it
for
does.
like especially like the Tevin Campbell songs, the Eye to Eye, the Stand Out, like those are just iconic songs. And like I said, the After Today, that's low key my favorite song on the soundtrack and my favorite part of the movie.
And after today, I'm done with you cruising. No more pep rallies to cut. After today, my brains will be snoozing.
I'm gonna sit on my butt.
Oh, actually, no, actually, my favorite, I do not my scene, damn, that scene when he performs to Roxanne during the assembly. That's
Yeah.
the whole movie's just great. And this is a movie I don't mind recommending to people to see nowadays. I'm like, dude, this is a good movie, man. If you don't like the movie,
Yeah.
you're gonna like the music at least.
Yeah, I would probably have to agree because the music is pretty banging. And outside of Eye to Eye, because that might just be one of the greatest songs ever. Forgetting Disney, just period. But outside of that, yeah, After Today might be my favorite as well. Nobody else but you's a really good one too. With Goofy and Max
Yeah,
on the water, they're kind of sorting
a
out
lot
their
of people,
differences. And,
a
yeah.
lot of people like that song.
Yeah, and I really appreciated that, you know, that they were settling their differences through song and not just having a conversation about it. That was kind of cool. But you got the Lester's Possum Park. That one's a fun one too.
Yeah.
Here at Lester's
Yeah, it's a really good soundtrack. But you know what else this movie has? It has some really good heart because you were talking
Oh
about
yeah.
when you were watching it as a kid, and I can relate to this as well. Yourself and Max a lot. But now watching it as an adult, you don't have kids or anything, but right? Am I'm not mistaken.
No,
Uh,
no, but you
so it's definitely
it's
different as an
different.
adult, especially
Yes.
as a parent.
Yeah, because I feel like when you're a kid, you're like, dude, just let Max go to the concert. Let him do what he
Yeah, I
needs to
got
do.
my own
Now that-
life.
yeah, now that you're older, you're just like, man, go with Goofy, go on this adventure. You're not going to get
Just
this time
wanted a
back.
little time
You
with
just
his
relate.
boy.
I was only trying to take my boy fishing, okay?
I'm not your little boy anymore, Dad. I've grown up. I've got my own life now.
I know that. I just wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, so I feel like when you're younger, you're on Max's side. When you're older, you're on Goofy's side. And
Yeah.
like, you know, and like I never had a father, so I don't know if that's like what kind of connected me to it either, or to it
Maybe.
as well. Like maybe I was just like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is something I'm missing, you know, kind of thing. But it was just a great like father and son story.
It is, and I had a dad, but not a good one. I'll just put it that way. But so I kind of relate to you in that sense, and yeah, it's just a really great father-son story, which is why hopefully you guys are seeing this on Father's Day when we release it. But because I think it's a great movie to watch on Father's Day, even if you're not a
Absolutely.
dad, just put it on. It's just a great movie just for that story. Yeah, Pauly Shore, and you got Pete in there and Roxanne. which was weird as kids, but Roxanne was the girl we all had a crush on, man. Like they really depicted like that, because even maybe it's not so much Roxanne you're crushing on, but you can picture a girl in your real personal life that you see
That was
as
the
a
Roxanne in your life.
yeah. So maybe that's what it is, but it's again just great characters is another thing that what makes this movie work.
Yeah. You know what a good question is too? I wonder if this movie is more bigger with male audiences than it is female.
No.
That's
I would
actually, I just
imagine
saw
it's
that
big
right
with
now.
fathers and sons, probably
Yeah,
the
but
most. But
I guess growing up in my mind, because my sister liked the movie too, so I feel like it would be like everybody. And my sister is like 4 years older than me, so the reason why she watched it because I was watching it all the time. So she
right.
So I think that's why she enjoyed it so much, because she actually sat down and watched it. So I think if like the older people did watch it, that they would have really enjoyed and connected with it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, going back to Pauly Shore, some of my favorite moments in this movie are just with him, especially when he's like, dance with her, groove.
It's not my break yet.
Yeah, dance with her, groove with her.
Like he's got so many great lines in this movie. What are some kind of moments that stand out for you as highlights?
For when it comes to Pauly Shore, it's like the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
Max, look, it's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa. Huh.
And like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like Cheddar Wizard. It's classic. And I'll tell you what, whenever I see Cheese Whiz, that's the first thing that pops in my mind.
Dude, every time I'm like in Walmart or something and I'm looking at the Cheese Whiz, I just think Pauly Shore in a Goofy movie. That's all it's in my head.
Cheddar! Oh, Cheddar Wizard! It's pretty scrumptious.
And then there's a scene where like PJ's eating pizza. It's like, I've looked for that pizza.
That pizza has no business looking as good as it does in that movie.
That's Ninja Turtle style pizza right there.
Honestly. Yeah, it's up there for sure. I do like the Little Mermaid lamp that she's got a little goof nose.
Yeah. And I like that he works at a Kmart, and they have like the red light special, or not red light, the blue light special kind of thing. So that's pretty cool, because my mom worked at Kmart at the time, so it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, man. When I think of Kmart, I think of the cafe and layaway. That's what comes to mind.
Cafe layaway.
Yeah,
cafe layaway.
Those are the days.
Kathy Ireland.
Right. Now I'm just thinking, Pauly Shore, a little smoky.
Kids, yeah, I know.
A little smoky.
This is definitely this is one of his best movies. I don't care.
Just
a voice, but goddamn.
Well, that, and he's like uncredited in the movie too, because he had like a 3-picture deal with Disney, and he had to fulfill it. And this was like he just threw himself into this, and it was done. He wanted out of it.
Yeah.
But then he comes back for the Extreme Goofy movie. So, it is the Extremely Goofy movie. I always thought it was the Extreme Goofy movie. Oh wow.
I mean, either way it works. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah. To kind of go into Extremely Goofy movie for just a minute before we kind of come back to the first one, how mad were you when you watched it and Roxanne was nowhere?
No Roxanne?
I was so mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is an abomination.
I know. It's like, what happened to that lady, man? It's
right.
Like...
Yes, he worked so hard to get her too. He lied to her first, but he worked so hard to win her back.
But I guess it's realistic. It's like, sometimes things just don't work out, and then you meet new people in college. So I guess it's realistic.
But speaking of, she's not the only goof character to kind of just disappear. Remember PJ's sister and
his wife,
Peg, and all those other Goof Troop characters. Yeah, they were nowhere to be found in these movies either. So
and I am really glad that they included them. They included Pete. I'm sorry, they included Pete and PJ, because they really didn't have to. But I'm glad that. But I'm glad that they took some of that over, because Goof Troop was a huge show for me. I loved a Goof Troop. So I'm glad they brought that.
It was
over.
big. That was part of my Saturday morning cartoons, man. That was
Yeah.
I was on that lineup for sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, I feel like we can't talk about favorite moments though without mentioning this guy here because he is an icon. You got this Michael Jackson, Prince inspired.
Mhm.
I mean, Powerline. How cool is he? Like, he's a completely made up character, completely made up songs for the movie. I mean, dude, I got his tour on here. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah. So yeah, why is Powerline so iconic though? Is it just the songs? Is it
I
just
think
the
it's
style? Is it the choreography? Like, what is it?
it's just the songs hit right, man. Like I said, it's not like kids songs. It's a song where you're like, oh, this is great, and then you can listen to it when you're older. Like I listen to Powerline in my car now, and I'm 36 years old. You know,
But
dude, you would be surprised the songs I listen to. I'll listen to like. I'll listen to like the Darkwing Duck, then Inspector Gadget. The Inspector Gadget theme song has no right hitting as hard as it does.
That's still iconic.
Yeah. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Speaking of Powerline and Tevin Campbell, he hadn't recorded or he hadn't performed the song live up until a couple years ago. I think that was for the 25th anniversary, so going back about 5 years now. At D23, they did a little reunion panel, and Tevin Campbell came out and did the song live. And I don't know if you've seen it, but it is the coolest thing. Have you seen that?
I have seen it. Oh, I have. Yes.
Yeah, it's great. I thought that was so cool. And they got the little montage of other Disney movies kind of playing along with it, which is really fun.
I would definitely love to see him do conventions because I haven't.
Yeah.
I think he's been very quietly, like the last few years. So I want him to enjoy.
He still does like music stuff, but I don't really follow his career or anything. So
no, he was. He was in. He was on with that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for a couple episodes or so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Boyfriend. He was actually Ashley's boyfriend in real life too.
Was he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was news to me. But yeah, Tevin Campbell in this role of Powerline is great. The songs are a lot of fun.
Rumor has it was supposed to be Bobby Brown, but Bobby Brown was in a little bit of trouble at the time.
Just a little bit.
So, and I'm a huge Bobby Brown fan, so that would have been cool. But I think they went well with Tevin Campbell there and doing the R&B style.
Ultimately, it worked out for the best. But
yeah, for sure.
So again, it's 30 years. Goofy movie has gained this cult status. We kind of talked about why, but did you have anything else that you kind of wanted to add to that talking point?
The movie is iconic, and I feel like it's still iconic, and I'm glad new people are watching it now.
Yeah, because I do feel, for one, it still holds up. It's really good storytelling. Like I said, it's really just a father-son story, and depending on your age, you're gonna relate to Goofy, and I think that's why it's gonna work well for more generations to come too, because it's like it really hit the nail on the head where it mattered. It's just a shame that it didn't get as big of a pop as at least I thought it did when I was a kid, because to me it was everywhere. It was like always the one in my life, but and then you go on the internet and it's like, oh, it wasn't that popular.
There were a lot of things like that, so I definitely think rental, like it had a life in rental. But maybe just people grew out of it. But yeah, I'm glad people are getting love, and maybe people are revisiting it now and being like, "Oh wow, this does still slap." This still hits
for sure. Let's see. So I'm trying to think of some other favorite moments. I mean, that scene with the Hi Dad soup in the car is pretty good.
Yeah, Hi Dad soup.
That's
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and going along with that, the Bigfoot.
Yeah, the Bigfoot. Yeah, the one-eyed monster. Yeah.
Could you back up a bit, Mr. Foot? Oh, you're out of foot.
You sound just like him.
Dad, it's Bigfoot.
Could you back up a bit, Mr. Foot? You're out of focus.
Dude, and you know what's crazy is that they almost replaced Goofy's voice. They said they
Yes.
wanted to get a named person like
Steve Martin, I think, is
like
who
Steve
they were
Martin.
talking
Yeah,
about.
Steve Martin. They wanted to use. It's like what? And then they're like, okay, well, let's have the guy who played Goofy do it in a normal voice. It's like, how do you not do Goofy, not have Goofy's voice? That would have ruined the movie. And I'm glad they didn't do it because yeah, Steve Martin's a big name, but I think using these big name actors as the voices, they don't work all the time. You need to use the voices people love and know.
Yeah. Bill Farmer will always be Goofy to me. Like he's the one that I grew up with. He's my guy. He's great. But again, talking about like replacing voices, the voice for Max, he's not. It's a different voice singing the songs, which I didn't know until way later in life.
And I was upset. I said, "Where's Jason?" And Jason wasn't there. They had another singer, Aaron Moore. They might not have been a singer, but it wasn't Jason. It wasn't Max. And I've always been a little upset that Jason, who can sing easily, could have easily done it, didn't get a chance to sing in the movie.
Well, I want to say Aaron is a buddy of mine, and I saw him at an audition, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on? How did you book anything?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I just booked this movie and replacing the voice of this kid who can't sing."
I just thought that was weird, and I don't know why that decision was made.
Well, it's kind of like in like The Lion King. It's not Jonathan Taylor Thomas singing. It's
true. Yeah,
it's Jason Weaver singing. You know,
right? Yeah, I guess you got a point. Yeah, I do recommend checking out the direct-to-video sequel as well. It's not nearly as good as this one. You do have some fun moments, like Max is in college, they're doing the X Games, and Goofy's going to go get his college degree too, and I just got to be part of my boy's life. That it's more of that. There's no Roxanne, but there is some fun to be had. Pauly Shore's still there, but.
Yeah, Paul Shore has a much bigger part.
Yeah. You know who else we didn't talk about? Wallace Shawn as Principal Mazer, who is iconic. It's for me, Vegas Vacation, but also a lot of the Disney stuff, like Toy Story, Edibles. Like Wallace Shawn was everywhere too.
I was thinking of him from Clueless. He's the guy from Clueless.
Yeah, he's got so much. It's great. But
there are a lot of different cameos.
Like the principal.
Disney pulled out their little book and they took people like Joey Lawrence as a voice in this. They have Rufio's a voice in it. Even if it's just like one little like cheer and whatnot, they're in it. Six from Blossom's in it.
Yeah. I do like the guy who's like, Stacy, talk to me.
Yeah, that's Rufio. Yeah, that's Rufio.
Right.
As student body president, I just want to say yay to all of us for a really neat year.
Yo, Stacy! Talk to me, baby!
Yeah, it's just I love watching this movie. This movie's still a good time for me to watch at the age of 30.
It is, yeah.
I had a great time with it still. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched in a while, and 30 years since you last watched it, definitely go watch it again because it still holds up. It still has that heart. The songs are still fun. What's up?
And it's also playing in random theaters for the 30th anniversary. It's on like a tour right now.
Is it? I'll have to look that
up. Yeah. Look up a Goofy movie and catch it in your local theater.
There you go.
I would love to see this in theaters.
So, dude, going back to the documentary, not just a goof, because I do want to kind of shed some more light on that for those who haven't seen it. There is a documentary that came out earlier this year talking about 30 years of a Goofy movie. And one thing I really liked about it is when they did reenactments of some of their stories, they did it in like pencil sketch animation style. I thought that was a really cool little thing that they did. But what did you think of the documentary overall?
I love the documentary, and you could tell the people who had a part of this movie loved the movie. You could tell a lot of tender love and care went into this. And dude, especially like when they have the power line stuff, the stuff the choreograph that they had it, they really went for it.
Yeah, I didn't know they went all they did all that with that. No,
yeah, like they actually had Tevin Campbell and backup dancers and everything. It was kind of like motion cap before motion cap was kind of thing. And
this is like what, 94 when they were doing this movie came
out, so it definitely pays off. The work they put into it definitely pays off. Especially it's sad that it didn't get the love right away, but that they're sitting there just like smiling and be like, all right, so this had longevity. It wasn't like a big hit and disappeared. It was a movie that just kept going and getting bigger and getting bigger because people love this. I mean, you go to Disney now, and like they have Powerline walking around. They have Max dressed like Powerline. They have they have popcorn buckets. They have Christmas ornaments. Like a Goofy movie is here to stay, and it's bigger than it's ever been.
I agree because again, talking about the D23 panel, they went all out for that 20th anniversary event thing, and then they went all out for this documentary here. So you're absolutely right. It is more alive than it's ever been, and I'm here for. And again, merchandise has gone up. Powerline T-shirts, this T-shirt.
Oh my god,
you can get everywhere. Like so many like toys and figures and all kinds of stuff now, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goofy movie, 30 years. Any final thoughts, Cody?
If you haven't seen it, go give it a watch. And if you have seen it and it's been a while, put it in, just give it a rewatch and introduce it to your kids or just anything, I think, this is a movie me and my friends watched, like me and my friends, we were like in our 30s. We ordered pizza, watched a Goofy movie. That's just, we just
you gotta have the pizza with it.
Yeah. And cheddar was it.
I have to add this in here because I want to forget about it later. But Pete's delivery of when he's at the map, Goof.
Check the map.
Just the way he says it.
Check the map, Goof.
Man, which again, they do make Pete a very different character than he is on Goof Troop, but I actually like Pete better here.
I mean, Pete's still the same ball buster that he's always is. And you think about that now, like especially now that I'm older, I watch that and be like, dude, you're having a grown man tell another father that it was weird. It's like, man.
Yeah. Again, two very different perspectives when you're a kid versus when you're an adult, for sure.
For sure.
But yeah, Goofy movie, it's awesome. I love it. It's always been a part of our lives. And again, I know Disney's not really doing a lot of physical media these days, but hopefully somehow, some way we can get a Goofy movie on the 4K format because I think that would be really cool and I
think it would sell well.
Smooth the animation out just a little bit, and I do think it'll sell like hotcakes for sure.
And I think Disney knows now that a Goofy movie holds a lot of weight in its name because, like I said, a bunch of stuff has been coming out for the 30th anniversary. They re-released the soundtrack, so I could totally see them coming out with a 4K like Steelbook or something, and not just. I have a Goofy movie VHS and DVD, but I do not have that Blu-ray that you have.
Yeah, I'll pull it out for a second.
I don't have any of those Disney Channel, those Disney exclusives.
So the Disney Movie Club, and I do got the Disney Movie Club, which I'm not the biggest fan of those cover arts very much, but it is what it is. It's fine.
Well, you have movie,
So another thing. Yeah, you were talking about how Disney knows the popularity that Goofy movie has now. You're absolutely right, because again, in that documentary, they show a bunch of clips from various people on YouTube talking about their love for a Goofy movie. So they're definitely well aware. So maybe we do get a 4K of it. I don't know.
Well, and like they said, and Disney's the one that's putting it back in theaters for the 30th anniversary. So hopefully people go. And my theater, it had one showing, it sold out. They added a second showing, it sold out. And now they have a third showing.
Good. So
it has 3 showings in my city.
Nice. Well,
We
that's
got-
it. I don't think I have anything else left on a Goofy movie that I need to really say or highlight. Because again, there's so many good moments. We talked about some of our favorites, but there's definitely way more that we haven't touched on yet. So go check it out. Any final thoughts from you, man?
Just stand out and see it eye to eye.
Above the crowd?
Go see-
Yeah, there you go.
Above
Yeah. Well, that's
Check it
it,
out, man.
guys. So until next time.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes!